Hey everyone, it's Ashley, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. The angle is kind of weird because we're dealing with this like glare thing that I don't recall having in the past, but apparently tonight is being an issue. But we're gonna talk what I've been warming. I've been pretty good about uploading these videos on Wednesdays. This actually may go up early on Tuesday because I'm hoping that Wednesday I'll have my whiff box. I know the shipping delays are driving some people insane. There is a significant backup of orders, I feel. So shipping is a little slow. Then I had a few delays. It's coming FedEx. So hopefully Wednesday I have my whiff box. So I'm gonna put this up a day early and then hopefully post my whiff box the next day. So let's just start Scentsy non-wax items here. I distributed a bag of cotton cleanups. I have little like bins kind of. I like to use my decorative candle holders because if they're not being used to hold candles, I still think they're decorative. So if they're a style that I can put cotton cleanups in, I like to do that. I have kind of like a tin. It honestly looks a little bit similar to the like Simply Blessed style of warmer. I have like a little tin can that looks like that with the handles, and I fill that up with cotton cleanup. So I needed to top everything off, so I went through a pack of those. And then for pods, I went through lavender cotton pods. These were so strong in the beginning. I couldn't even run one pod like full time. I was like in my bedroom, which is a smaller space. I was like, no, it's too strong. Like they were intense. I probably had them going for a few weeks. Once they started to die down, I put them in the bathroom just because it's a smaller space. But to begin with, I had one pod in the bathroom, one pod in the bedroom, and really was only running the bathroom one and overnight because it was like really, really strong. So this is a really strong pod. If you like fresh and clean scents, this is a good one. I was nervous with the Gem's in here and she hates being locked in here, but her dad is busy. What's that? Is that your toy? Yeah. I was nervous about the lavender cotton because like I know lavender is kind of a hit or miss, like a scent you are nervous about, but honestly, and cotton, I feel like clean laundry scents don't have the best rep, but I actually really like this one. I was surprised how much I like it. So if you are like clean and fresh is up your alley, do these in your open concept. Like I think you would really like it. I was just like nervous to do them in my open concept, but honestly they probably would have distributed a lot better and not been as intense. And then I finished up some winterberry apple tea. This is no longer available because it's in the fall winter catalog. Typically it got discontinued when the spring summer came around. Hopefully it comes back. You cannot put pods as an always get my product type of perk in your Scentsy club like you can with Scentsy bars. So while I have winterberry apple tea in the bar in my Scentsy club, you can't have always get my pod yet. You can't do that yet. So I enjoyed these. I think I have another pod pack as like a backup, but they're the best. Winterberry apple tea is so good. I think the pods, sometimes the wax for me can be a hit or miss on performance. I think depending on airflow, the pods are always great. Love them. Air purifier, wall fan, Scentsy Go, all the things, they're good. Okay, so let's talk about some bars I warmed, non-mixes. So I did my home, in my home, I did it on, I don't know what day I did on, but this is from January, if you can see my marking. This glam, it was completely bone dry on top. And then when I got to the bottom, like look how much residue. Jen. Look how much residue is on the bottom of this. Like it was such a goopy bar. I really like the scent of this on cold. It reminds me a lot of Snowberry, so I thought I was going to absolutely love it. But when it was going in the warmer, I wasn't as impressed with it as I thought I would be. So I had it in my club just as like a placeholder. but my club's already processed with this in it, so I'll get another bar of it. I may, you know, give it another shot, but I think I'm gonna take it out because it didn't wow me like I thought it was going to, and I have Snowberry, and I think just my thought process while it was like going in the home, I was like, I could recreate this with Snowberry, and I like that better. Like it wasn't giving me the scent like Snowberry was like, oh my gosh, this is so unique, I have to have it. Even though it really reminds me of Snowberry, it wasn't giving me the same kind of like experience, I guess. And maybe it's the lack of the like mintiness that makes Snowberry, like, I don't know, but it really reminds me of the scent of Snowberry. I just didn't love it as much. So I was like, it can't stay in my club. Next I had Southern Evening, which I did in the bedroom. I did this in the bedroom the entire week because not only did it last really well, like it was really strong, but also I was kind of being lazy and didn't change my wax. Like I don't have any other scents here that I did in the bedroom. It was only this one. So, but that's okay. I'm officially going to take it out today. So to me on cold, this smells like Britney Spears Circus perfume, which is like probably the first like perfume, if you can call it that. It was like the first probably official perfume I ever owned. And I just feel like every time I like in the clam I smell this, I have such a connection. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like the nostalgia is real. It is exactly like that scent to me. And I don't know why, because I feel like the notes maybe aren't the same necessarily as the perfume and this bar, but that's what it gives me. So I was really excited to put this in, and at first I put just 4 cubes in, 3 in the bedroom, 1 in the bathroom. And I came in and I was like, oh my gosh, it's completely overwhelming me. Like it doesn't smell exactly like it does in the bar. Like I don't know if I love this necessarily. And so I was kind of disappointed because I was like, dang, like I really was hyping this scent and I thought I was gonna love it. And then I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm not gonna do anything rash, like take it out of my club right away. Like I don't do that. Generally, I'm the type of person who's like, oh dang, my club's about to lock down tomorrow. What were those bars I was gonna take out? Like I wait until the last possible minute to do things because I don't wanna do something that I'll regret later, I guess. So I was like, okay, maybe it's not a club contender, but like, we'll wait till morning, you know, we'll just reevaluate. So I have one warmer in the room that I leave on as like our overnight. I mean, it runs overnight, but it's like it's designated as the overnight warmer. I don't really even turn it on outside of like overnight while we're sleeping most times. Just because I don't want it to run like so much longer than the other warmers. Is that a weird concept? I don't know. That's kind of how my brain works. So I did that. I turned off the other warmers. I did like the overnight one, and it was great. Like it turned into the absolute perfect scent. Once it was just the one warmer going in the room, I think it really toned it down. It wasn't so overpowering like it was to start with, but this bar transforms so beautifully. As it goes through its warming life, it gets better and better and better. Like until it completely dies, it just keeps getting better, and it's so great. And after that first initial like shock wave of intensity, I feel like it starts to really calm down. When I took out the 4 cubes and put in a fresh 4 cubes because I used the whole bar like in 2 different sessions, the next time I just turned on one warmer in the bedroom and then the warmer in the bathroom, and it was a lot better. It was a lot more tolerable. Then I, after a few hours, like turned on one mini warmer that we pretty much just use for like light as we kind of like wind down for bed. And then, you know, right before bed when I turned all the other ones off, I turned on the overnight one. So I kind of like strategically turned them on and off to make it not like completely overpowering, but also to use the last 4 cubes. But I just remember thinking after the first day, like, I hate to keep this in my club specifically to warm in my overnight warmer in the bedroom, but it was so good. And then I, you know, the whole entire week used it in the bedroom. And then after that, like once it kind of was going in there and I was getting used to it, I was like, this is really nice. And actually Corey even commented on it and said, he made 2 comments. He was like, what is this you're warming here? I really like it. And then later on, he was like, I really like this scent, like same scent, 2 comments, I was really like, okay, my feelings are cemented. It's gonna stay in the club. So, Southern Evening. I actually, when I was like reading through the initial Bring Back My Bar list, I was like, I'm never gonna like that one. Like the notes were wild. I don't know what they are. And I really actually like it. So all of these 3 bars, this next one too, are kind of from the same like Bring Back My Bar from January. So this one is Bora Bora Blossom. These were all ones that I was like, I like, but I didn't get around to warming. So I stuck them in my club and was like, I'll try them later. So Bora Bora Blossom was one at the beginning I wrote off. I was like, nah, it's whatever. It's a floral. And then at the last minute when I was sniffing through my bars, this is one of those ones I popped into my club real quick because I panicked. First of all, I just want to say I love the color of this clam. The wax is a really similar color and I really like that. This to me is a really nice, it kind of reminds me of maybe like a generic scent you would buy at Bath & Body Works in a way. But it kind of reminds me as like a light floral with not like an overpowering amount of fruit. Like there's a slight fruitiness that tones down the floral, but the floral is also not that powdery, like it's a really bright, but not citrusy. Just like a really bright floral. I feel like it smells like something from Bath & Body Works that I can't place. But it was really, really nice. I did it all day yesterday on Sunday and it was fabulous. It was just like perfect for this time of year. And so I'm like, even if I only used this in the spring, I would be happy to have bars of this to use in the spring, just because it's some of the other florals I worked on, which we'll talk about. I just don't like this. I'm like, I'm happy when I smell this. The other florals, I'm like, I know I'm using this to use it, not because I want to. Like, it's just that difference. And so I'm like, I can clearly tell the difference between that, like those florals and this floral, and I like it, so it's gonna stay. So this is also in my club. Spoiler, because my club's also coming soon. Okay, so one of the other florals I worked on is, I actually did this recommendation based on a customer of mine, Lauren. Hey Lauren, if you're watching. Lauren originally suggested me to do Plumeria Peach and Sugar Cookie. When I finished my brick of Sugar Cookie, which was like a couple weeks ago, as soon as I put it in my warmers, maybe like the next day, I was like, crap. I was going to use part of that brick of Sugar Cookie to do Lauren's mix suggestion, but now I've like I've used my part of my brick. I'm like, I don't want to take out the used wax to test it with her mix. Like that would not feel right. So I was like, okay, it's fine. I have more Sugar Cookie coming in I have it in my Scentsy Club, which is going to come soon. And then also later on in the month as well. Like I have bars coming of Sugar Cookie, but I felt like earlier this week, I was like, okay, it's the perfect day. It's kind of like not necessarily warm, like giving me super summer scent cravings, but it's also not super cold. It's definitely like almost nice spring day, but not quite. And I was just really drawn to like, okay, I want to do this mix of Plumeria Peach today. Like, I don't know why I was just feeling so like I need to do this today. So because I didn't have the Sugar Cookie, I substituted Vanilla Bean Buttercream. Why I do not think Sugar Cookie and Vanilla Bean Buttercream are the same scent by any means. I do think they're similar in qualities. So I was like, let's give it a go. So I did 4 cubes and 4 cubes. I did not in the same warmer. I did just 2 cubes of the same scent in my 2 living room warmers. So I did Plumeria Peach there. And then I did 2 cubes in the 2 warmers in my kitchen of Vanilla Bean Buttercream. So my thought was like, I don't want to mix them 1-to-1 in the same warmer because I feel like the Vanilla Bean Buttercream will totally kill the Plumeria Peach. And I wanted to give that a test. Like, how do they mix, not like overpowering each other in the same warmer? Because sometimes when you put a floral or a bakery in with a floral, it just like kills the scent. Like you get nothing because it's like done. It overpowers it so much where it's like 0 scent. So I was like, okay, I don't want to do that. But then I was like, maybe I'll make it more like bakery in the kitchen and then like floral in the living room, which is kind of like my thought of why I did that. And I think as the day went on, they collided better, like once we started like walking around the house and stuff. But just sitting stationary, it was very much like you were in the living room, you were getting the Plumeria peach. They weren't like melding very much in like the center of like the dining area. They weren't like crossing paths and mixing. So then I was like, okay, since I have 4 and 4 left, I think what I would do, because I'll probably mix these together again just because I don't feel satisfied by what I did with my mix. So, and I have the 4 cubes. So I think what I'm going to do the next time I mix these, probably this week, honestly, is alternate. So do like 1 warmer in the living room of Plumeria peach and then 1 of vanilla bean buttercream, and then same in the kitchen. So not making it like 2-sided, making it like alternating warmers, but not these 2 cubes in the same warmer. I don't think that is the solution. I think alternating may help a little bit. So they were nice as they came together, but it was just so infrequent that I don't feel like I got a good test. But I do think Sugar Cookie would be a good mix with Plumeria Peach. It definitely helps tone down the floral. I will say though, when I could smell this by itself and not the vanilla bean buttercream, I was like, I really am not a super fan of this. Like, I just remember thinking that. Like, it's just so, I don't know if it's just like citrusy almost smelling to me, but I just don't love it. And then when I did the Bora Bora Blossom the day after, I was like, wow, I really like this compared to yesterday's Plumeria Peach. And then funny enough, the same exact day, I ended up doing another mix with vanilla bean buttercream. So I had 4 cubes of black raspberry vanilla and then 4 cubes left of vanilla bean buttercream. So in the upstairs warmers, I mixed these 1 cube to 1 cube in the same warmer in all the warmers upstairs. I love this mixture. I'm not really a fan of black raspberry vanilla on its own, but when it's mixed with vanilla bean buttercream, I really, really, really enjoy it. It just really tones down the like fruity raspberry. I just feel like black raspberry vanilla, it's obviously black raspberry, but it's so deep. Like, it's really, really tart to me. Like, the vanilla, to me personally, is way in the background. And so I had this from like quite a while ago, honestly. And same with the vanilla bean buttercream, and they had the same amount of cubes in them. So I was like, I should do these. I've mixed them together before, so I knew I really liked that. But doing it all throughout the upstairs, I was like, okay, I really like this. So now, I don't know, I'm like, do I get a brick of black raspberry vanilla and like use it with my brick of vanilla bean buttercream? But honestly, that seems a little bit excessive. Like, I don't love the mix that much. Like, I need to slow my roll. But I was in the brick section today of Scentsy Club, just browsing, as one does who's a Scentsy addict. And that thought came to my mind. But I need to like push it out because not right now. This mix, which I have talked about on my channel before, I've done a whole entire video specifically to this mix. This is my Bath & Body Works Welcome Home Candle dupe in Scentsy bags. So unfortunately, you can't get any of these scents anymore. I have them all in my Scentsy Club specifically because I love them all mixed together, but they're all great on their own. So if you happen to also have all these 3 in your Scentsy Club, or maybe just laying around from the past fall winter season, mix them together. It's a good time. They are cinnamon buttercream, apple butter frosting, and cookies for Santa. So I had the least cinnamon buttercream. I only had 3 cubes of that, and then I had 5 cubes of the others. So what I did is, in my more shallow dished warmers in the open concept, I only put the apple butter frosting and the cookies for Santa, just 2 cubes. And then in my other warmers that have bigger dishes, I did all 3, a cube of each. 1 cube to 1 cube to 1 cube, all in the same warmer. But some of my warmers don't have, like the smaller ones or like the 20 watts, I only did the 2 because I was like, I don't want to like overwhelm them, and it helped me kind of make it an even mix across the whole thing concept. So I really love this mix together. To me, it smells very, very, very similar to the Welcome Home candle from Bath & Body Works. Like I said, Corey said it reminded him, like the first day I had it going, he asked me if I was making maple pancakes. So if that turns you off, then maybe never mind. It definitely is very bakery heavy. I mean, look at this trio. Like, it's obviously very bakery heavy. But I don't think any of these have maple. I mean, it could have been the cookies for Santa. Like, that really has a lot of brown sugar in it. But I mean, he wasn't like, it's not bad. It just like really smells like you're making pancakes. And I wasn't, so I think it was kind of a letdown. But as you can see, like from this apple butter frosting bar, it's only from September, but look at it compared to the other ones. It really, that one discolors really bad. Okay, it's Brick Monday today. So I want to talk about the bricks I'm working on. So I did an Instagram post about this one, and it's definitely got a split all the way down the middle, probably from me cutting it. There's like a line all the way down the middle. It's the pink poinsettia brick from the fall 2021 brick release. So this one I have worked on today as part of Brick Monday. So I actually used 4 cubes today. I just have these cubes cut in half. These are also massive. If you don't know what Scentsy bricks are, look at this. Like, they're massive compared, like, it's like the half of the clamp. So these bricks are like, they're almost a pound of wax, but they're like 5.5, 5 3/4 Scentsy bars, like regular Scentsy bars, like this. So it's a lot of wax, but it's all in the same scent. So you obviously have to be a fan of the scent. This one to me came out at such a weird time in the fall. I was like, this is very springy to me. Like, it's a hint of floral, but it's got a lot of fruit in it. So it was just kind of a weird time. So I'm glad I pulled it out for now. But I used up this whole row and then this cube. And so honestly, if I use this maybe next week or the following week for Brick Monday, I could probably use up these last 5 if I used it everywhere. I only used it in the open concept and up here today in the upstairs. If I did it also in the bedroom, which might sound kind of funny, but like, I don't know, why not try it? I could honestly probably use up the whole rest of the brick. So honestly, Brick Monday is my self-deemed day to work on my bricks. I've only been 2 weeks in a row or 3 weeks in a row. Was one of the two, but the last like 3 weeks, I finished 2 bricks and I really made a dent in this one, I feel like. So I think it's helping. I think it's making me stay more accountable. Like over the weekend when I saw my stack of bricks, because I have them right here on my like tiered thing, but I have them right there, so they're kind of like in my face reminding me to work on them. So I think that's been helping. But over the weekend I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, it's Brick Monday. I can't forget. I gotta pull out my bricks to work on. Like, what am I gonna do? So if you've implemented that with me, a day to work on your bricks, let me know how it's treating you, because it's really honestly helped me. And then I do want to talk about this scent really quickly, which is just happens to also be a brick that I'm kind of working on. This is the Marshmallow Mint Cocoa Scentsy brick. So this one I have chopped up into 4ths because I chopped it a long while ago before I started just chopping them in half and using a little bit more wax in my warmers and letting it go longer versus using less and changing it more often. But this one I have chopped in 4ths, which isn't a big deal because of the way I'm using it. But if you guys aren't new to my channel, or maybe you've heard me talk about this before, Corey really doesn't like this scent. Like, it really makes him gag. He does not like this scent at all. So I know some of you have commented before that you also like don't know what to do with your brick, or you're like, I have this and I don't know what to do with it. I'm gonna tell you what I've been doing, which has been helping. So I was like panicking, like, I don't know how I'm gonna use this up because I obviously have cubes left and I have so much less than I had in like the past month. Like I've gone through a lot of this actually. I have found the thing I think that bothers Corey is the chocolate note in here. I think that's like really the issue, that mixing with the peppermint. So what I have been doing is taking in the morning, I like to do a like very bakery / coffee type of mix and just like let it go in the mornings to, I don't know, be my morning scent. Like I don't necessarily want this before 10. Like on the weekends, I don't turn on my warmers right away. I will turn on like my bakery coffee specific warmer. So in the mornings when we're getting ready and like before we go off to work and on the weekends and stuff, I like to do that bakery type of mix. And so I have a dedicated warmer that I use that for. And what I've been doing is taking a little slice of this, just like a fourth, and I've been mixing it with something super, 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 like vanilla sweet bakery, anything like overloaded on the bakery. And I instantly, the first day I did it, I noticed it cuts through that chocolate note. Like it makes it such a nice marshmallowy, barely a hint of peppermint, super, super sweet on the bakery. It just like melds it together into a scent that's way better. Corey has not complained about it one time. Hopefully he's not listening. Honestly though, it makes it so much better. Like even this on its own can be pretty intense. I've been enjoying it 100%. I'm guaranteed going to use up this brick that way. I'm going to use up my other brick that way. I have this in my club. I'll happily use those bars this way because I love it so much. So I right now have been trying to get through kind of some of my vendor wax loaves. So right now I'm mixing it with White Elephant Exchange from L3, which is like a powdered sugar. It's like a super overloaded sweet scent. So if you happen to have that, great place to start because that's what I'm doing. But I could totally see myself using sugar cookie. I've done sugar cookie actually, and it was really good. Vanilla bean buttercream, any bakery. I mean, I probably wouldn't do like baked apple pie. That would maybe be a little bit weird. But like any vanilla waves, any of the bakery scents available. Let's just look in the catalog. Even almost like almond croissant wouldn't be bad. Blueberry cheesecake might be like a little questionable. Mocha doodle, if you're trying to amp up the like chocolatiness, I would do that. Mostly the things that come to mind is vanilla bean buttercream and sugar cookie. I think those would be like your two biggest winners. For me personally, I really enjoyed sugar cookie. I think vanilla bean buttercream would be great, and I have a brick of that, so I could gladly add it in. But I've been just using some of my really sweet confectionery vendor wax because I'm also trying to use that up. So that together has been great. If I want, I pop in an extra piece of like coffee vendor wax, and then it makes it like a really sweet bakery plus coffee. So like it's the perfect mix for me personally, but I just wanted to mention it because I know this is a very polarizing scent, but I wanted to mention how I've been making it work, especially if you have yourself either is in the position or you have someone who lives with you who is not a fan. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. Because getting a brick and then realizing you actually don't like it and not knowing what to mix it with to make it better completely sucks. So I now understand where the frustration comes from when you're in that position, because I have some bricks that I'm not a fan of. But this one I was definitely panicking because I was like, what am I gonna do? And I love it. But I think compromising with that makes me happy. He hasn't complained, so I'm happy to continue to do that if it skates us by and lets me continue to have the scent I love. So let me know if it works out for you. That is officially all the things that I've been working on in the past week. Like I said, hopefully tomorrow I will have the whiff box. I've been completely like trying to stay away from Instagram because I don't want to be spoiled, but hopefully I'll just get to open it myself tomorrow. And then I do have a party clothes coming and my Scentsy Club on the way. And then we're already like through the middle of April. It's crazy. So let me know what you guys are warming, and I'll see you guys later.